Welcome to the Healthcare Climate Challenge. The Healthcare Climate Challenge is an initiative of healthcare without harm that engages and equips healthcare institutions to commit to effective climate action. Through the Climate Challenge Awards, it recognizes outstanding members who excel in the three pillars of climate action: mitigation, reducing emissions; resilience, preparing for climate impacts; and leadership, advocating for change. Getting started is easy. Simply log in to GGHH Connect. Open the Hippocrates Data Center and click on Data Forms. There, you'll find all the forms you need under the Healthcare Climate Challenge section. Here's how to participate. The first step is to estimate and submit your baseline greenhouse gas emissions. If you already know them, you only need to complete the greenhouse gas emissions data form. The form will ask you, what year was the survey completed for? Here, you should select the year for which you estimated your baseline emissions. It will then ask you, is this your baseline year? You should select yes. The form will then ask you about the different greenhouse gas emission sources. Pay attention. When you see this symbol, it means that data from these sources is required to receive an award. After asking about energy-related greenhouse gas emission sources, the form will ask you if you'd like to submit data from non-energy sources. If you complete yes, the rest of the sources will be displayed for you to complete. These include non-energy sources from Scope 1 and Scope 3. At the end, you'll find a data field to add any comments you'd like to include, such as new buildings, extraordinary circumstances, or new data collection methods. Finally, you may save as a draft to review later, or submit the form directly. Once you know and submitted your baseline greenhouse gas emissions, you should set your reduction targets. This is done by completing and submitting the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Targets form. The form will ask you, what is your baseline year? You should select the same year for which you completed the previous form. You will also be asked if your institution is targeting 100% of electricity from renewable sources and if it's targeting zero carbon by a particular date. If yes, you should complete by what year. The form will then ask you about the overall target emissions reduction from baseline, in percentage and metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent, and by what year. Optionally, you may specify these numbers by scope. Now that you established your baseline greenhouse gas emissions and set your reduction targets, it's time to participate for the Healthcare Climate Challenge Awards by reporting progress annually toward your targets. To be eligible for a Healthcare Climate Challenge Award, you need to report on the three pillars of climate action: mitigation, resilience, and leadership. To submit your mitigation progress, you can complete the greenhouse gas emissions data form, or you can do it by using Healthcare Without Harm's Climate Impact Checkup tool. After submitting your annual greenhouse gas emissions, you should then report on your resilience actions during the previous year. Again, in the Healthcare Climate Challenge section on Hippocrates, you will find the resilience form. The first question will be for which year you're completing the information for. Then, you'll find different sections such as the healthcare facility system or the community resilience section. If you complete yes or started but not completed, a text fields will be displayed for you to describe your actions. At the end, you will find a final field for you to add any information that was not captured in the questions above. The final pillar is leadership. Here again, you should use the leadership form in Hippocrates. Similar to all the other forms, the first question is about the year you're reporting for. It's also divided in different sections, including communication leadership, policy, organizational structure, governance and practice, and economic leadership. Once the form is complete, you may save it as a draft or submit it directly. Now that you've submitted your progress on the three climate action pillars, just sit back and get ready to be recognized. Need help? Here are some resources to support your application. Climate Impact Checkup, a carbon footprint calculator designed for health institutions, developed by Healthcare Without Harm. Welcome Document. This document describes how to participate step by step and includes further resources to help with your submission. Frequently asked questions. A short FAQ to go over all your doubts. If you still have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Global Network at hcwh.org. We're here to support you every step of the way. Participate in the Healthcare Climate Challenge, share your progress, and be recognized globally for your climate action.